Welcome to the 30th anniversary of Jazz at LACMA. Tonight we're proud to welcome the Clayton Cameron Quartet. Thanks for tuning in to our virtual Jazz at LACMA concerts, celebrating 30 years of this amazing free concert series. My name is Mitch Glickman, Director of Music Programs here at the museum. We can't wait to have you back for our live concerts, but for now we're staying safe, but very soon we'll see you here. Jazz at LACMA concerts are made possible in part from a grant from the City of Los Angeles, Department of Cultural Affairs. Our broadcasts are made possible through the support of the Office of Los Angeles County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl, and promotional support comes from K-Jazz 88.1, where every week, Sunday nights, 7 p.m., you can hear the weekly Jazz at LACMA broadcast, so be sure to check that out. Now, tonight, we're proud to present drummer and composer Clayton Cameron. Clayton has toured the world with such legends as Tony Bennett, George Shearing, and Sammy Davis Jr. Nicknamed the Brush Master for being one of the most innovative brush players since Papa Joe Jones from the Count Basie Orchestra, Clayton is now the drummer of that very famous big band. Please welcome to LACMA, the Clayton Cameron Quartet.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome to LACMA online concert. On piano, I have Mr. Paul Cornish. Yeah, round of applause for Paul. Mr. Johnny Valentino on guitar. Johnny composed the first two tunes that we wrote, that he wrote. He composed the first two tunes that we played, that are on a new record that he and I co-produced called Collective Thinking. The first one is called Black Water, and the second one called Tough Times, written during COVID. Back here on bass, holding down the bottom, I have Mr. Ahmet Turkmenoglu. My name is Clayton Cameron, and I'm playing the drums. And we're going to do a Stevie Wonder, Herbie Hancock arrangement called You've Got It Bad, Girl. All right, Herbie Hancock arrangement of Stevie Wonder's You Got It Bad. We're going to slow things down a little bit. We're going to do a tune that I wrote for my daughter, my lovely daughter, called Sarah, featuring Mr. Paul Cornish on piano. Yeah, that was Sarah, featuring Mr. Paul Cornish, Johnny Valentino, and Mr. Ahmet Turkmenoglu, all playing solos on that. Well done, beautifully done. I want to keep it in the family. I wrote another tune about my son. His name is Parker, and this is called Mr. Parker. All right, yeah, that was Mr. Parker. I think we have time for one more, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna do a tune I called "Around the Square." It's a little blues.
So here we are for our 30th anniversary of Jazz at LACMA. I'm Mitch Glickman, here with our special guests this week, Clayton Cameron and Johnny Valentino. So thank you for being part of our 30th anniversary celebration.
My pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Great to have you guys here. So listen, art always finds a way. So we're climbing out of this pandemic, and here I have in my hot little hands the latest, greatest from your collective. So I think that's actually the title, Collective Thinking. So how long has this been in the works?
Well, Johnny and I are always, we're neighbors, so
Okay.
we're always talking and stuff. And so, he says, hey, why don't you come play, can you lay down the track on this tune? And so I think the first one was Tough Times, which we played, playing, on the set, which was the second tune. And so that kind of just started it. One thing led to another, and then I wrote one tune. Johnny wrote all the other tunes.
So what was the timeline for all of this? How long did it take you from when you were first starting the songs?
Well, we actually talked about it before the pandemic. We said, let's do something.
Okay.
And then the pandemic hit, and the only thing we could do is pass the tracks around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the studios were closed. So we didn't intend to do it that way at first, but that's what it ended up happening.
So did you envision it as a duo and it just grew, or did you always know it would be fleshed out?
Well, I mean, we always knew there were going to be, tunes, for a band. And so so Johnny had already been, sending stuff around. I laid down drums, and he got, Jimmy Haslip to put bass on, and we had
Beautiful.
various pianists, including Alan Pasqua. And so, yeah.
And then any other special guests that came on board?
There were Mick Rossi, who played here once. He's with Philip Glass. And Kenny Burgermaster, who does a lot of Disney TV shows. And my wife, Elisa, did one or two tunes.
Nice.
And we can't forget Will.
Oh, yeah. Will Artope on trumpet on most of the tracks.
Yes.
And again, everybody just had their home studios and just added.
Everybody had their own studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what ended up happening. We just passed it around, and we came up with something we think is special.
Yeah, it's you don't think of playing tunes, especially like the tune we played tonight, the first tune we played called Black Water, where it's a real swinging kind of McCoy kind of Elvin kind of thing, and overdubbing something like that is a little different,
Stilted. I mean, you don't have that interaction.
Yeah, you don't have the same
immediacy.
So you're really kind of tuning into something else, where you're really listening and trying to imagine maybe somebody playing, So it's a lot of imagination going on.
Yeah.
It's like CGI, right? When the actors have to do all this great acting and there's nothing there except this big monster that'll come in later.
Yeah.
We sculpted some things. Some things had to change along the way.
Nice.
But we got it done because, we just felt like we still had to be creative, even though the studios were closed and people were in fear of getting together.
Exactly.
We still had to, do our thing.
Yeah. Art finds a way.
Yeah.
So was tonight the first time in a live setting that these songs have been played?
Well, no, we did one gig at the World Stage
Okay.
a while back, and we got to play, a couple of the tunes from it. A few tunes.
So that's a whole different dynamic. So when you finally get everybody
Yeah.
together and you can interact and interplay. So how is it being back with musicians again? So I know everybody's been in this cocoon for over a year, and you could practice all you want, but you don't have that interconnection.
Right. It takes a while to get your playing chops together.
Yeah.
Because I really do spend most of my time writing for TV, so I don't necessarily, practice at this level.
Right.
Even though I play every day, but not at this speed.
Who calls these tempos, right?
The guy who can play.
Yeah. Yeah, I just go into it and but usually I listen in my my inner ear for the melody, so that's always a determining factor. So, that's usually where I want it if I can sing
That's
it like
right.
that. So.
And then you did some beautiful tunes about your children. Are those new tunes? Have they been around?
Yeah, I haven't recorded them yet. So that's probably my next CD project. It's kind of like a family affair. I wrote my, a few tunes that kind of have that kind of theme to it. But yeah, the first one was a waltz for Sarah, my daughter, my oldest child. And then the second one is, it's kind of funny how that one came about. Bubba Jackson and my son became friends, just hanging out, doing different concerts. And Bubba's name is Parker, actually.
Oh, interesting.
And so he would always call my son Mr. Parker. And so that's kind of how it's kind of like an homage to Bubba and my son. So, yeah, Mr. Parker.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does. It captures your son very well.
Yeah.
One day you'll meet his son.
Yeah.
And all of that. So moving forward, do you see things coming back? Do you feel like there's gigs coming back and touring?
Well, I mean, I haven't gotten any calls for touring as of yet, but, there've been calls for gigs. I've done a couple of live gigs now, which is, really fun. And even though this is not live, earlier I was in a studio, recording another record for another artist.
Beautiful.
And so the idea that, musicians are getting together and we're actually, counting off tunes and playing together, so that's a great thing.
That's it. So what do you see moving forward? Do you see things starting to pick back up?
Yeah, I think, well, a lot of the musicians I know did not lose heart at all. But I think that people are starting to book long-term tours starting in 2022.
Yeah.
I think 21
safer.
is still going to be
transitory.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Smart. So the one missing element now is the audience.
Right.
So again, it's beautiful after the musician's back, but there's that circle isn't complete.
Yeah, and I think, audiences are just as anxious to get out and hear music as we are to get out and play it for them, So I have played for, like a private party live audience, and, it was really, really fun. And then I did something down in San Diego at Queen Bee's, and there was completely, COVID-safe, packed kind of audience. And,
nice.
It was really, really fun. So it's kind of like you don't forget that you can do it, but it's like, oh, yeah,
It's been a while.
It's been a while,
Yeah, so there's that electricity that cannot be replaced.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Yeah, I mean, it's interactive. And look, music is vibration. People enjoying it and clapping and hemming and hawing and smiling, all that stuff is good vibration. So
That's it, and it makes that beautiful circle.
Yeah.
It's an exchange of ideas, and without each other, playing off each other, you're just by yourself.
Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate you being part of our 30th anniversary. We are so looking forward to getting that audience back soon. Not quite yet, but I'm glad you could be part of our virtual series. So thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
For having us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you for being part of our 30th anniversary and tuning in to our great concert series here. We're going to get back up and running with live concerts very soon. You need to go to LACMA.org/music. We'll post all the details on the upcoming series where we go back live. Until then, we'll see you soon at the LA County Museum of Art.